guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, we've been having a lot of rain over the last few days, and the weeks ahead really are looking pretty miserable. I'm hoping that the weather might get a little bit better. Even this morning it said it was supposed to rain and it's not raining, so yay. I'm hoping we'll have some more times like this, but unfortunately it's still really wet around here. As Boris is testing, there's still a lot of water in the patio area here. My dad brought me some more sand. He is so sweet, but also I think we'll probably need some more to fill in this area. And it's really just kind of hard to work when there's so much water, standing water. Although looking over here, I might be able to actually do a little bit of this today. And it is supposed to rain later. But what I was thinking was I could even start working on some of these holes. Like some of these bigger areas, I might put some smaller stones in there just to kind of fill the cracks and make it less likely for things to grow. Definitely have a few spots that I want to fill in. So I was thinking even with the wet landscape, I could still probably work on that today. I'm really hoping, my goal was by this weekend, like in 1 week, today's Saturday, I was hoping to have it done by next weekend. And I don't know if I will because of the weather, otherwise I think I would be able to. But we'll see what the future brings. Oh, we're so close. So this still needs to be finished, but look at this gorgeous patio. You can see all the big spots here especially. But I am, like, to say I'm madly in love is a gross understatement. It looks so amazing and I'm like obsessed with it. I keep looking at the pictures that I took of it when I'm not at home, and when I'm home I just look out the window and I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. It makes me so happy. All the views from the windows, see the layer of stone and then, you know, it being so much more cleared back there and the rushing creek. It's so beautiful. I'm beyond pumped to get it finished up and then to fill in with the stone dust. I think that's going to be such a big difference maker. I can't wait to see what it looks like. I would also like to say that I'm very happy with the way that kind of came together. When I first started, I was worried about it looking kind of like wavy, and it might still to some degree, I'm sure. But once it got all filled in, you really didn't see it so much. And of course, it's not perfect. I'm no stonemason. I'm just like a little girl doing her best. But I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I think it just looks natural and beautiful. And like I said, we've had tons of rain. And I'm really happy, like, it's not like there's one section that, oh, all the rain is piled down in there. It seems to drain out really well. Obviously, there's going to be stone dust in there, but that is supposed to be good with drainage and stuff. They say that's one of the best options for that. So I'm feeling pretty good about it so far. I should probably stop talking and start working because goodness knows, moments with no rain are few and far between these days. So I should take advantage of it. Like I said before, I want to just really go through every rock, and it's hard when it's so wet, but the rain helps it kind of settle into place, and so I feel like after the rain they feel a lot more secure. But I want to make sure that everything is really has the sand underneath it that it needs to make it solid before I get the stone dust in here. I think today I'll focus on small stones for the holes, and I'll go through right before the dust and try to figure that out. You can see these are the first stones that Mark put in, and you can see that there's some weeds growing in here, which is not good. This is why I'm trying to fill up as many holes as possible, and I think that the stone dust will be better for weeds than the sand is. Okay, so I feel like most of the bigger holes are filled in now. Everything's a little messy around here, but got lots of the little spots filled in. And honestly, I think it just gives a really nice look to it. I really enjoy where there's like a little one in the cracks because I feel like it looks a little bit artistic, or just like, you know, I just think it's cute. So that is that. I might still put more in, I'm not sure. But I think the biggest ones are dealt with. This area here was filled with a lot of sand, and it all splooshed out in the rain onto my garden. So I'll deal with that later, but I did throw a bunch of stones down here, and I need to bring sand over. But the sand is really heavy, especially because it's wet, and I need quite a bit of it. So I think I'm going to use a wheelbarrow, which I don't have. I was using this little wagon to bring stones over, which worked pretty good. But obviously the sand would go right through that. So I'm going to see if I can borrow Mom and Dad's one of their wheelbarrows, because I was thinking for the stone dust also that might be the best bet, because I don't want to drive on it with the tractor, but I need a way to get it to the far end. So that's what I think I'll use. And at that point, once I get that, I can fill in that hole also. So that's good. A good job done for a wet day. It's actually the sun's shining. The day is way nicer than I thought it was going to be initially, or what the weather was saying yesterday. But maybe the sun will dry this up, but rain is just constantly in the forecast. So it's a never-ending battle, I'm afraid. But maybe if I could get some sand to put in that dip, it's just really dipped right now, and that's why it's so watery. I think that would help with the sitting water problem. But even though it's really wet here, it's a little bit better than it was. I think I might still try to work a little bit over here today. I just can't bear to not be working when it's not raining, and I know how bad the forecast is. And earlier this morning when I stepped on this, my shoe would just like sink right into it, but it doesn't so much anymore, so I think I could do a little bit of work, at least on this side of things today. See if I can get a little bit more accomplished, and hopefully in the next week somewhere there will be some times with no rain, and maybe even drying it up a little bit so that I can keep working on this. I really want to get it done. We are so close. And then once I get the rocks in, hopefully we can get the stone dust coming and fill in the cracks. I can't wait to see what that looks like. I know it's going to totally transform everything. But seriously, it's so beautiful. Hey guys, so we're taking a field trip today, headed to the sand pit to get some more sand. I'm super pumped because I feel like that's really been holding us back from continuing, along with the rain problem, of course. But my dad is going to meet me there to fill up my little wagon, which we're going to go hitch up now, and then hopefully that'll be enough to finish up the patio. So I don't remember if I've showed you guys this little wagon before, but it was way back in the woods, somewhere, and my neighbor Brian took it back to his house, and he filled up the tires and stuff, and I don't know if he did anything else to it. Okay, it's looking a little, I feel like I should clean this out a little bit before we go, but I was thinking we should be able to fit a few bucket loads in there. Hopefully it won't fall out the back. But I think it will be, I'm gonna need a pin. I think it'll be a handy wagon to have around here. Hopefully none of this is like poison ivy or anything. And I need to back up more. A lot of you may recall the wagon that was sitting right there for all of time. Oh, this is heavy. This is not that wagon. I don't know if you guys can hear me, hopefully. I was gonna redo that wagon. That was my original plan. But as it turns out, it was like no good. So this one is actually better for a number of reasons. Oh yeah, I remember Brian put a new hitch on this. So instead of it was a ball hitch, and now it's a little pin hitch, which is a lot easier for me. Okay, got it, finally. Okay, see, my dad is coming. We'll see how sturdy this baby is. Pile of junk over there. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the other wagon. Ugh, this is gross. Who knows what's in here? Maggots or some nasty. Gross, 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 gross. The other wagon was a lot higher up, and it did not go well with my tractor because it was like this way when it hitched. This still does it a little bit, but the other one was way worse. I feel like this floor might not be super secure on account of how many years has it been sitting out in the woods unattended to, but hopefully it will stay secure enough to bring this sand home. So my initial thought was like, I could just take this up in the woods, unhitch it, fill it up, and then hitch it back up. But as my dad told me, it would go like flop, top heavy, front heavy, and then I wouldn't be able to hitch it back up again. Well, I think I could, kind of. It might just be difficult because I don't have a jack, is the correct term. Okay, Dad just went by. Let's see how fast this baby can go. Okay, we're here at the magical sand pit. I don't know where Dad went because he was ahead of me a minute ago, but he must have had to do something because I hear him coming, I think. But this is the sand pit. This is where I got all my sand for my patio underlayer. And here comes my wonderful dad, who's so helpful. I'm very thankful for all of my dad's help with the patio project. He brought over a ton of big rocks and helped me lay them with the skid steer because they were like really big. So he has been a lifesaver in this project. expecting that. I wasn't expecting that to fill that up that much. Is this the bucket that you brought to my house before? Okay. I was gonna say, because that didn't last very long.
I think that's all you want.
Probably. Okay. Well, you have to take this home?
This one's one.
Okay.
Run that one out.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that'll be great.
You are forward drive, right? You go forward drive.
I don't know. Is it that? Yeah, it kind of looks like 2 wheels and 4 wheels, but it looks like it's already in 4-wheel drive.
Very possible. You'd have been stuck with that.
I would have. 4-wheel drive.
Okay.
Is there anything that I need to know about pulling this? Or it'll be fine? Okay.
So I would just lower it up the parking.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you,
Daddy.
Daddy.
Hill there. Charlie's been having trouble, so you should come.
Okay, well, if I get stuck,
Push it.
you'll know about it.
I'll be right behind you. Push it.
Okay.
All right.
You could probably pretty much dump it here. I think. Oh. I bet we'll use all that sand. I bet we'll use all that sand. Because just these ones going across is going to need a lot. They're not even that thick. Do you want to? You'd rather do it now than later. I bet we will. I bet I will need more. Yeah. Ah! Ah, don't break. It didn't break. Yeah, I mean, that rock's there. That's probably good. I was wondering if this would go underneath it, but...
Step at the back of that. Okay, let me see that.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's not heavy. No, it's pretty good.
Okay.
No, it helps.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter, it's balanced.
Okay. I wonder, Daddy, if, I mean, that one I can move, and that one I could probably move. But if I tried to level up a piece of sand, could you help me put that one on there? Because I think at this point, I pretty much am not going to be driving anything in there anyway, so I might as well close it off. Guys, we are so close, it's not even funny, to finishing this whole thing. I have newfound energy after multiple days of rain, and I have some time off coming up. This evening, then tomorrow afternoon, the next whole day. I want to get this baby done. That is my goal. And the weather looks good. I just need to be careful not to go crazy, because when I go crazy, that's when I die. And then I'm dead for like 3 to 4 days before I have any energy to do anything again. That has been the pattern. I try not to go crazy and then die, but it does happen. So I'm gonna do my best to get this baby done without killing myself from exhaustion. And so Dad's going to get one more load of sand, which I'm hoping is gonna be enough. And then he's gonna help me get that big stone in, and then I can actually cover up, like finish the end, like speak words, Abby. Just like finish the end stones, whatever. You guys know by now that I'm not very eloquent with my words. but whatever. So what I have to do is figure out how to make a straight line here, because I know it is not straight right now. And this one is going down a lot. I'm so thrilled to have sand, easy access sand in my life here. Because I've been like, digging to get sand, and then I finish up one space, and then the next space over it doesn't have any sand because I've just dug that sand up to go to this space, and blah blah blah. That has been the theme of this patio. Okay, let me get my strings. I think that as a general rule, now that everything is kind of nearly done, looking at it, everything looks pretty good. This side I know is an extra struggle because of the way that the rocks are. They're just bumpy. So I think when he was doing the transit, it was more in the middle, but then some of the ends are higher up. So I'm just doing my best to make it match, the right general height. That's what I've been doing this whole time. And you know what? It looks decent, in my opinion. Not perfect. No, I'm not using a level because it's not level. Straight up, not level. Not gonna be. It's just way too natural for that, if you know what I mean. But I am pleased to say, after getting it mostly done, it does look pretty good. Level, smoothie wise. Doesn't this look so cute now that I got all these little rocks in? So cute. Some of these edge ones have gotten run over so many times. My newfound goal for tonight is to make this row. And then obviously work on whatever I can, but it'll be so nice to have this patio closed in. So exciting. I've obviously been waiting because there's been a lot of equipment going in and out. But that'll really help me see clearly how much is left and get it filled in. So nice and interesting to not be working with wet sand. What a change. Can you push it in a little bit? Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking initially that it was gonna be great, but it's not. I had these three. If I put that long one there, and then put this one in the middle, and then put that one here. Yeah. I can fix that later. That's what I was thinking.
That's good because you got plenty of room that way to put it.
And then I could just fit that one in here. I think it's gonna fit.
What are you gonna do here?
It's gonna be a garden bed.
Get into it. Into here.
There's gonna be a walkway of steps of stones through the garden bed. Yeah, I can work with that. See if my measuring was right. Good. Give or take. The tip of this one,
Tip of this one here?
yeah, looks good with these two.
Split out little?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, like that, I think. And then, yeah, that looks a lot better.
That could be turned in if it helps.
Yeah, maybe. That looks a lot straighter. I'll just have to I'll get those better. But straight line wise, I think that's much better. My friends, we have done so much on this patio. There is so little left. Look at this baby hole. This is nothing compared to what we have done. We've got this. I've got this. Let's get her done. guys, I did it. I did it and it's done. That which they said couldn't be done is done. This was ridiculous. This project was crazy. It was the hardest project I've ever done. And hopefully the hardest project I will ever do. I mean, this thing is huge. It's 30 feet by 28 feet. My arms are sore just from putting them up. I am beat. Today is June 24th. I met my goal. It took 24 days. I didn't work every day because some days were raining, but that's how long it took. And some of these stones are so ridiculously thick and heavy. It is just like mind-blowing. But I am so happy. I'm so happy to be done, and I'm so happy with the way that it turned out. Like I've always said, there's a little bit of natural wave to it just because of the way that the stones are. I think it's unavoidable. But overall, it looks really good. And as I was doing it, I felt like it was more important to not make tripping hazards. So like if the stones were like a little wavy, I did my best to match up the edges of the stones so it wasn't like a tripping hazard. I found that to be more important than exact levelness. I'm just really thrilled with the way that turned out. I'm dog tired. I'm gonna go take a rest. And hopefully later today I will start on the stone dust situation. But you guys are gonna have to tune in next time for that. I know there's still a few holes that I need to fill in, but not too many. I'm sweeping everything, getting it ready, and then filling all the cracks with the stone dust. I can't wait to see what that looks like. It's gonna be really interesting. I have no idea, so we'll see. You guys will have to wait a few days for that, but be sure to subscribe, tap the bell to be notified with new videos if you haven't already. I'm so excited and so exhausted. Like when I say this is hard work, I'm not kidding. It's really bad. I should have like weighed some of the stones to see how ridiculously heavy they were. I'll try to put a picture up of the view from upstairs also because that's always fun to see the whole view of everything in one picture. And it'd be interesting to count how many stones are on the top of this patio. It is a lot. And the thing is, if all of these stones were like normal 1 inch or 2 inch thick, this would have been a piece of cake. But so many of these stones were so thick, and it just took so much time to try to get everything leveled out because you'd have to dig down this much for one stone and then it'd be this much for the next stone, and it was a lot. It was a big project, and I knew it was gonna be. It really wasn't any more worse than I expected it to be. I expected it to be pretty bad, and it was. But also, it was doable, and I got it done. Big thank you to my dad for all the help that he gave me with the bigger stones and with the sand and stuff in this project. But I'm pretty darn proud that I really feel like I did this. There is not a stone on this patio that I did not touch or move. And it really just looks incredible. Wowzer. Wowzer. Wowdy dow. I can't believe it's done. I actually can't believe it. Be sure to stay tuned for the stone dust. So excited to see how it all comes together. I will see you guys next time on A Drill and a Dream. Have a wonderful day.